Are we going? Are we live? All right, let me just send this link out. Do a little test for us here. Hi, everyone. How are we doing this morning? Do a little test for us here. Okay, wonderful. We are excellent this morning. Hi there, everyone. How are you doing today? Today is the second day of our day trading journey together. But anyway, let's just launch right into it for what we've got going on this morning. So, it's 7:35 a.m. right now. We're looking at, markets are mixed. Dow Jones, S&P 500 are marginally up. NASDAQ is down quite a bit, 0.4%, which is pretty heavy for an index. But we can see up here that most of industries, like, what's in the Dow, healthcare, electric, oil, gas, these companies are up. There are select companies that are down. So let's launch over to our day trading. And something that was interesting, I saw a lot of headlines about Lyft. Apparently they sold off. They're down 35% from last night. So let's zoom it out. My computer is being a little slow here, but yeah, look at this. Yesterday they were at levels of 16, and then immediately there was a huge, what I can assume to be a huge institutional sell. Because this doesn't seem like this isn't a retail move. This is a lot of money moving out of Lyft all at once. So brought us from 16 to 12, and then throughout retail kind of picked up on this drama. It brought us back down to 11, and now we sit at $11. So anyway, I thought that was cool. Let's launch into actually what we're trading today, and I wanted to look at the NASDAQ again. I'm not very original, so we're just going to try trading the NASDAQ again. Now, let's back it out a little bit to the 30-minute chart to see what we've got going on. Over the past week, we had this up pressure, but it's looking like, yesterday we sold off, and it's looking like today might recover. So, hey, let's try not to repeat the mistakes of yesterday. But I say that we go in on TQs. So without further ado, let's open a position here. We just need to make a 2% trade on the day. So let's set a limit of 24.13. Let's for 500 shares here. Go in 500 share increments, simulated buy. Okay, 209, 2408. 1 minute. Okay, right off the bat, we just got in, we got filled. Again, I still want to make this the market open or the sun when we go and purchase our shares, but I haven't figured that one out. Is my TV not working out? Okay, so we are sitting pretty with 500 shares of TQQQ. Maybe we should have done a little bit of a further analysis, but we're in a little bit of a position right now. A little bit less than half of our buying power. So let's just zoom it out to NASDAQ so we get a full picture here. Say hey in the chat. So how are we doing this morning, everyone? We doing good? I think we're doing good. Sitting here on NASDAQ. So our goal is to make a 2% trade. So, just estimating quick math. For some reason, the net account value, the paper account detail doesn't show what you're up day percent. Are you seeing this right here? Where we're seeing our position percentage, right? We're down 0.3% on our position right now. But it should be showing, like, right here what we are on our, like, our days P&L, but it should show days P&L percentage as well. So maybe that's just a setting that I've not figured out yet. Yeah, I'm not sure. So TQs again is going off in the other direction. So I don't know if we're looking at a rebound here. Let's try looking at one of these indicators up here and see if there's something that we can't find some insight. Give me a sec. I purchased 100 more shares at 93 cents. Oh, let's do 2. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty reckless. So, but we're gonna learn good habits over the next year. So it's gonna turn out well for us. Okay, we still have that one open order. Oh no, this is from like yesterday. All right, we're on TQs. Trying to figure it out here. Oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at canceled. I thought I was looking at open orders. I'm like, what's going on there? Let's look at our TQs. So I'm not too worried. Maybe there is a heavy change of direction. I don't know. So what I really wanted to get away from doing is I want to figure out, okay, again, this morning, maybe I got into the trade a little early as well. But I want to be able to, you know, maybe figure out like little micro pockets of opportunities where I could take just a little bit of profits. So we've kind of been sitting with this for a long time. It's not really doing much. So down 100 for the day. But we look like, let me see here. And again, I'm just learning, you know, what to look for. What are we looking at? I don't know. To me, it looks like it's having trouble. It's fighting going further down. Oh, nice little pop there. We're going to sell our TQs. I'm just not confident that we're going to come back to where we were. So at 23.88, I'm going to be selling all of my shares. It just executed. Okay, awesome. So we're not in a position anymore. We backed out of it. A lot of what, I mean, a lot of my success yesterday was luck, seriously. Right? This same little like mentality of, oh, I don't know where it's going to go. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? I mean, there's 2 options here. And we're not trying to treat it like gambling. We're trying to actually detect the position and profit from detecting that position, right? You can treat it like gambling, but we're really not looking to do that. I mean, I don't want to gamble here. I want to take calculated risks and measures to make sure that I'm picking up some trades, some gains. I'm a second here. How's the stream going? How's everyone doing this morning? Cool. All right, so let's leave it here, and I've got to take 3 minutes to just plug in my computer because I didn't even plug it in before we started streaming. So I'll be right back, okay? All right, apologies about that, everyone. So that's good. I'll make sure to plug that in before we start our live trading session in the mornings. So let's see what we can't find here. Let's mark our next move. Okay, so let's take a look at QQQ, and let me figure out what some indicators are here, because I've heard of the moving average, which is that blue line, and the exponential moving average. However, with the exponential moving average, I'm gonna have it a bit longer. 30 minutes. So here's the 30-minute EMA. And let me just make this a different color. So where are we tuning in from? Your what state? We're in Washington right here. So are you in a different state? I'm curious. Leave a comment. Tell me where you're tuning in from. We'll go yellow here. So NASDAQ is continuing to sell off, and this is a great sign for me. Let's enter a position. Once again, 500 shares of SQQQ at 36.90. All right, submitted successfully. Order is working. Order was just filled. Position was just filled. 36.90. Okay. average price just over here so we can see it really easily. So in all honesty, I appreciate everyone out there viewing this this live stream. I'm learning trading, as I said previously. So we're learning together. I mean, I think we took this position. I felt like I had a little inclination of it moving back to its previous, levels. And we're seeing it's pretty much moving to, $37 is kind of where we opened on the market. We had this immediate buying pressure on NASDAQ. Oh, there we go. Huge red candle down for SQs. We're up 75 bucks on the position so far. 0.4%. Now, I've gotten the advice, don't look at how much you're up. The market doesn't care, right? I mean, if we're in SQs, all the people that are in SQs, the money that's in SQs, the trading pattern, it does not care anything. It doesn't care at all that, we're up $75 on our trade. So if I want to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to set a limit sell to make it so that I make $100 for the day. Well, that's not really tracking the patterns at all and not really playing it smart, because the market doesn't care if I get to $100, right? You could be like, oh, we're almost at $100. It's going to go there. It's going to go to 100, but it doesn't have to. I mean, it doesn't have to. So that's just something to keep in mind. And a more basic concept that I just thought about right there. Sorry about that. We're still running. So let's go back to NASDAQ and let's check out some other stocks here. The market is pretty much all down. So let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon was up a little bit. Everything kind of rose following a similar pattern. So it's interesting to me because we're seeing the NASDAQ, right? This is the pattern for NASDAQ. We look at Apple and the pattern is like pretty much the same. Isn't that crazy? It's just because Apple has a market cap of 2.38 trillion. Okay. Amazon has a market cap of 1 trillion. Microsoft, 1.95 trillion. So they're such heavy hitters that literally they pull the market. So if Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft are having a bad day, then you can sure bet that the NASDAQ is going to have a bad day as well. So actually, let's transition, and I'm curious. We're going to, keep an eye on our position here. But I want us to look at NASDAQ holdings and just see, so we can actually check in and see, okay, what's actually in the NASDAQ. And we'll just pop it back and forth here so that we can see what we can't see here. Second, let me get my screens in order. Cool. So NASDAQ 100 companies. Let's check out what's actually in the NASDAQ together, just so that we can check. Give me a second here. Industry breakdown. Okay. Yeah, but I just want a list. Can I just see a list? This is the best live stream ever. It's just me. Back to 37. Just me searching Google to try to find stuff. Really exciting, huh? Okay. Can you go back? Okay. No, I just want to see what percentage. What percentage? Okay. So Microsoft, wow. This is crazy. What the hell is Slick Charts? Okay, we're gonna look at our position again. Okay, we're doing okay. And we're just going to, I mean, I want to find out on the NASDAQ website. I don't want to go to Slick Charts. Right? Oh, institutional holdings. Okay, so these are who actually owns the NASDAQ index. All right, you know what? We're going to trust this Slick Charts because I can't find another source real quick. So I just want us to find, get a general idea of seriously how much Microsoft, Apple, Amazon run the NASDAQ, right? So, and that's one thing to also know and be aware of, that index funds are generally market cap weighted. So, right, we were looking at the market cap of these companies. The market cap, that means how much money is invested. So that means that of Amazon stock, people have put $1 trillion up. So there's $1 trillion worth of people's money in Amazon stock. So that's what market cap is. So market capitalization. How much capitalization of the market does each company have? So Microsoft, 12.2%, Apple, 12%, Amazon, 6.2%, Nvidia, 4.4%, Tesla, 4%, Alphabet, 3.6%, Alphabet, 3.6%. Now I am curious about Apple, I am curious about Alphabet, which is Google, of course, because Google has a market cap of 1.22, so it can't be strictly market cap weighted. So let's look up, how is the NASDAQ weighted? How is the NASDAQ weighted? Because I honestly thought it was weighted just by market cap, but Alphabet is such a big player too. I don't know why it's so low. The NASDAQ 100 index is a basket of the 100 largest, most actively traded U.S. companies listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. The index includes companies from various industries, except for the financial industry, like commercial and investment banks, so no banking. Non-financial sectors include retail, biotech, industrial, technology, healthcare, and others. We're okay to sit on it. Weighting the index. The index is constructed on a modified capitalization methodology. Okay, so it's modified. This modified method uses individual weights of included items according to their market cap. Weighting allows constraints to limit the influence of the largest companies and balance the index with all members. So they do attempt to do a little bit of balancing. It's not strictly a market capitalization weighted index. So they review the comp of the index each quarter and adjust weightings if the distribution requirements are not met. So right? QQQ is how you can trade the NASDAQ 100 index. There's on average daily trading volume of 200,000. Oh no, also listed stocks need to have an average daily trading volume of 200,000 and have their publicly be all in order. Okay. For inclusion of the NASDAQ, index securities must be listed exclusively on a NASDAQ exchange. All right, there we go. So we learned a little bit about the NASDAQ today. And we're still fighting that 37 mark. So that 37 mark was a little bit important for that it was this consolidation level pre-market. So about 340, let's see here, 6 foot. Okay, so about 340, and this is Pacific time. So at about 3 o'clock, we reached highs, 3:30, we reached highs at 37.50. And how far off are we there from 350? Control T, or no, Shift T to go up, 37.50. So we're 1.5 up from our high, and we're 1.5 down from our low. So we're right playing in the middle here. This is a little bit of a, it puzzles. I think I got a comment actually from Hefe. How's it going? Hefe? Good to see you in the chat. Cool. Where is the capital? Capital is currently in SQs right now. I've got an open position of 500 shares at a price of $36.90. So that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're up to. So, I was sitting on SQs. I'm thinking now, okay, why don't I just take, smaller periods? I mean, maybe it's harder to understand, but, I really like the concept of scalping, right? It's getting in and out, in and out, in and out really fast. So, we could take just little trades, go in and out, trade, SQs and then TQs, and just trade all of this, all this momentum. So let's look at, can we actually get it? We can do 1 second ticks. Okay, this is probably going to be madness. Let's look at it. Let's look at 1 second ticks. I didn't know that you could look at this. It's just hard to read. I mean, what am I even looking at? What am I even looking at here? Well, we can see that, the brief pattern is... No, I mean, it's so hard to read. I can't even read it. Let's zoom in here. $500. Let's sell it at 37.05. $37.06 isn't getting filled right now. So I don't know if my use of limit orders is kind of correct for how I should be trading. One thing that I'm thinking of right now is Hefe. Good to hear from you. What platform is that? This is Webull. So Webull trading platform. And I really like it. I think there's a lot of good data that you get out of here that's presented. So welcome to the stream, everyone that just joined. All right. 37.01. Okay, so basically what I was on about was I was thinking, is my use of limit orders correct in how I'm trading? Just filled. Because, sorry, I was getting distracted because if I set a limit order, say 37.06, and it's at $37, well, as I was talking about earlier, it doesn't have to get to the level that I want it to get to. So should I use market orders? If I use market orders, is it going to mess me up? Is it going to give me terrible prices? That's just something to figure out. So let's actually try market orders here. Let's buy 500, or let's buy 500 on a, sorry, not on a limit. I did that too fast. Oh, I already got into the position. Well, anyway, I set a limit to 23.68 is where we bought right now. So 23.68, let's set up our sell, and let's do a market sell. Do trading stocks have a lot of commissions for shorts? So broadly, there's not a lot of commission structure in these trading platforms anymore, right? You saw this with Robinhood. They really kind of revolutionized the zero commission trading platform structure. And it was about 2019, I think, that most brokerages like Charles Schwab and big brokerages like that switched over to zero commission. So kind of how they make money now is a thing called payment for order flow, Hefe. And they basically just, make like a penny here and there from the back end of the trades. So that's just a different model. Shorting does have short interest. And it's weird that it's telling me 23.68. It's weird that it's telling me that my open P&L is down here, but it's not. So 23.80, we're going to get out. Wait, we have a position. Oh my gosh. I am such a dummy. I bought, oh my gosh. Okay, so I shorted TQs. So I think that's what you're asking about, Hefe. So let's, oh Jesus. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. So I chose sell, so I shorted TQs, which was a bad plan because you have SQs here. So when you actually short a stock, like for real short the stock, then you pay interest for shorting that stock, right? But if we're trading SQs, it's handled within that ETF, so we wouldn't be paying any sort of interest here. Let's just cool it here. Cool. So let's take a look at NASDAQ once more. And let's see where we're going. So let's get in on TQs. 900 shares, limit order, market order. Can't do that. Really? Are you seeing this? My buying power is... Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, should I do market orders? Should I do limit orders? I really don't know. What kind of technical analysis? So that's what's interesting, Hefe. we're going to be learning how to do technical analysis here because I don't really know. So basics of TA that we're thinking of. I've got on the NASDAQ, I've got the exponential moving average, this orange line. I've got the moving average set. The moving average is a little bit closer. Let's actually zoom these out just so that we could see the EMA on a 60-minute. And then I want to see the moving average on, let's say, a 10-minute, just so that, and I'm kind of arbitrarily picking these, but, and the colors all changed on me. That's not going to work. So EMA is going to be yellow, and then moving average is going to be blue. Let's do it like that. Lighter blue. So, thanks for bearing with me here, everyone watching the stream. We're going to be hoping to make a profit. We've actually lost a bit of money from what we gained yesterday. And I really attribute that gain to a whim. Let's back it out because I don't want to get too, going in and out really quick. I don't want to fall into that trap because then I'm like, do I really want to sell right now? Do I really want to buy right now? I don't know. I'm moving too fast. So I'm just going to slow down the pace a little bit because I want to make sure that I'm playing it right, playing it smart right now. So in forms of, technical analysis, I mean, I really think of it like, I don't know. It's kind of weird because, like, we're trading the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ is a group of these 100 companies. And we saw like 25% of the weight is between these three, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. Apple just turned positive. Microsoft, excuse me. Amazon is on its way to an uptrend as well. So in terms of like technical analysis, is it real? I don't know. I mean, I'm not convinced because it's just an amalgamation of, what's going on with the 100 companies that are in the NASDAQ. I think where technical analysis is real is it's kind of like astrology for men, I'm thinking, Astrology for men. I saw a meme a while ago that said that. But it's kind of true because we're kind of just like looking for patterns. Do the patterns really, allude to any sort of truth about what's about to happen here? I'm not convinced. Although I can see that, like, if everyone is using technical analysis, like every trader out there is like using, whoa, we're at this overbought level right here, we got to sell. If everyone's doing that, then, it actually makes technical analysis truthful because there's one system that everyone can rely on to be true. And it's kind of like poker, right? You ever played poker, in a group, and there's one new guy that comes to the poker table. And this guy doesn't know how to play poker. Everyone else, you've been playing poker for years, every Saturday poker. You've been playing poker, a long time. You're all following the rules. You all know what are the tells for when John is bluffing over there. What are the calculations that we all make when we want to say, okay, I don't have the cards right now, but I'm going to make a move to perform a bluff here. So there's all this analysis that you do when you're playing poker. And the new guy doesn't know any of that stuff. So the new guy's just playing. New guy gets, a 2-4 and doesn't fold, plays that hand. So it throws off the rest of the game, throws off everyone, because everyone is assuming that this new guy, that, everyone's assuming that everyone is playing with strategy in mind. But the new guy kind of just throws it off because not using, analysis of any sort. I kind of think of technical analysis like that. I mean, I think it's very similar, right? There's this whole game that's going on right here. This is all a game, a money game, ATM machine. There's a whole game, and everyone's playing by rules that they've created. So that's why I think, that's what I think about technical analysis. That's my assessment of TA. 25,377. Damn, we're far off from our 500. I wish we were making profits. That'd be cool. But, we live and we learn. Well, I'm glad that we looked at the NASDAQ today. Thanks for commenting, Hefe. I'm very glad to answer any of your questions. Gives us definitely some substance to talk about on this live stream, other than just staring at the screen, waiting for the thing to move, poking it. Why won't you move? Why don't you move? Come on, move. Come on, move. All right, let's get serious here. Let's add in another thing. Oh, that's just volume. And volume's overlaid here. It's kind of nice. Volume's really cooled out. If we look at the open of the market, there was a ton of volume. A ton of people probably had orders for like 6:30 a.m. that just executed. So 1 cent off is about $15 right now that I kind of think about it like that. Okay, if TQs moves up $1, I made $900. So we're looking for it to move, and let's chart this thing out. All right, Shift T on Webull, which is really nice. I can create these line charts. So what is a 2% mark? Well, I don't know if we'd hit a 2% mark if we just held this today. Previous level, 24.26, that is 1.8%. So 2% move would have to call it at 24.31. Let's just put that line there. Let's give it a fancy color. No, I'm wasting time. I should be trading. Trying to find a color. It kind of reminds me of Notion. If you're watching this in the chat, have you used Notion? So Notion is this really cool kind of website building looking productivity application where you can basically design your own, productivity system in digital form. So the joke about Notion is, everyone that uses Notion is actually spending all their time making it look like they were productive instead of actually being productive because it takes so long to set up the system. You can customize, the views and everything. So you spend so much time customizing what your Notion looks like that you don't actually get any work done. And it just reminded me of that because the color of the line doesn't matter. Hefe, my experience with trading, I've been trading for about 4 months, and I have mostly been trading these NASDAQ, these NASDAQ triple leveraged ETFs. So that's basically what I've been trading. I've traded a little bit of Tesla, of Apple. I traded a little bit of DWAC when it was going crazy there. I've traded Bed Bath & Beyond. And before that, this is really like the 4 months I'm saying is my day trading. Is my day trading, every day. That's my experience. But I've been trading in the market, ever since fall of 2019 is when I started investing. I actually bought, like 2 shares of Tesla when I was still in college, with all the money I had for the week, like, $800 or something. And it was really cool. The stock immediately skyrocketed. And yeah, I started trading then. So it's been a cool experience so far. I mean, I started trading pre-pandemic, and then I saw the craziness of the pandemic, and I was doing more long-term stuff. Of course, right? I have a long-term portfolio. I don't think you can put all your eggs in one basket in terms of trading, with all of your money, but yeah, where was I going? I've been trading 2 years and still losing. Hefe, it takes time, man. And Hefe, I don't know if you saw my previous videos, but like, this isn't real cash either, right? This is paper account. So, and I do day trade sometimes with my real money over here on the daily trade tab, but I've got my paper trading tab. So this is fake money, and we wanted to start with 25K because that's the pattern day trader mark. That's the mark of, okay, you can make unlimited trades now. And it is a bit of a different style because, right, under the pattern day trader rule, you really gotta, if you make a trade, it's gotta be a good one. It's gotta really be a good one, which is good practice. But now that we're above that and we're practicing in paper trading, we're just trying out different strategies. I mean, I'm not stressed at all because this isn't, real money, and we're trying out different strategies. So for right now, we've been holding TQs for quite a while. We've been holding it since here. I wonder if there's a way in Webull to like mark where we bought and mark where we sold. I see this on some stock trading, TV channels. Like, they have all these little arrows of where they bought, where they sold, where they bought, where they sold. That would be fun. That would be fun to have. Not a lot of progress on NASDAQ's front. Well, another, piece of technical analysis that I'm thinking of right now that I've kind of picked up on is the concept of lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? So you can kind of detect a pattern here. So let's just like trace the bottoms here, right? So bottoms are like, moving upwards. Each bottom is higher and higher and higher. And each top is higher and higher and higher. So we have higher lows forming and we have higher highs forming. So if we're checking the mark, we're basically pretty close to this line, which is what's called the resistance. This line's called the support. Hefe asks, what YouTuber traders give you inspiration to go into trading today? So I really love this group of Canadians. I think it's just called Trader TV, but they trade live, and they do it all day. I mean, they're trading from market open to market close, and it's this whole live stream production. It's really, really cool. And they're kind of, I think, scalp traders as well. They go over and they talk about it. I mean, it's a really cool production. So Live Trader TV. That's one that I really like a lot. Hefe, what about you? What kind of YouTube traders give you inspiration? I'll just back it out here so that we can I'll try to learn every day for us here, so I can come back to the live stream and say, hey, I learned something new. Let's cover it. Let's cover this new topic. But I really like maybe every episode we like look at in depth one index or one stock, right? And you guys in the chat can tell me what stocks you want to look at. Maybe we can also, look at like what actually is EMA, how's it made up, and that kind of stuff. That'd be cool. But I don't want to take too much time while we're trading. And this was interesting, we were at this level, and let's go to 1 minute just so we can zoom in. So we hit this line, and I mean, that's the thing. I just drew this line, like, the market doesn't matter where I drew this line, but it is a little bit of a pattern. It kind of looks like a pattern, like right when we hit this line, we bounce back. So actually, let me just let me follow that line. So I think we are getting an inkling of a little bit of strategy that we could pursue here. And look at this. Perfect bounce there. So now that we are hitting this level, let's buy more TQs. 900 shares. I gotta be careful with that buy and the sell. Orders 2376. Come on, fill me. Yes, filled. Okay, cool. So let's go back here to QQQ and see we're at this level. My intuition is that we hit this, we're gonna go back up to this line here, and this bottom line is called the support. So it's like where the stock is supported, the psychological level of where everyone is trading. Like it's, oversold at the point of support, and then it's got nothing to do but to rebound and go back into the range. Seven views. Thanks, everyone. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great morning. All right, it's 8:27, 8:28 a.m. right now, and just to recap, we're holding TQs, and let's zoom it out because we were looking at it really close. Let's go to our 5 minute here, zoom out a little bit further, and we can see the past 2 days, the past 3 days. Sell off, recovery, sell off, recovery, sell off. And we're looking and hoping for recovery. Oh, although I just caught myself. I don't want to say hoping. There's a difference. Am I hoping? Or am I confident? Am I hoping that the stock goes up, or am I confident that the stock is going to go up given the analysis that I've done on the movement, given that technical analysis? Am I confident that it's at a level that will make me money, or am I just hoping that it goes up? Oh, I've got all my money in. I'm hoping it goes up. Well, I don't want to hope. So that was a sleight of speech right there. I'm going to leave that line for later. So looks like we're still selling off. Another thing I want to do is I want to define, okay, if I'm going to buy, what is my upside potential for profit based on levels? Like, previously, most previous levels. What is my downside risk? And also, what's that time horizon going to look like? Because if it's just like, like what they call consolidating. Let's zoom in here. If it's like, my mouse is terrible. Sorry about that. I messed it all up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, what's the time horizon? Is this going to be a 2-minute trade, a 30-minute trade? Is this going to be a 2-hour trade, a 2-day trade? But of course, in this episode, in this series, we're going to be day trading. That's going to be what we're doing. So we're not going to do swings. We're going to make sure that we're closed out of our positions every night before the market closed. So I think we're, I'm going to buy a little bit more. 100 more shares. 100 more shares of TQs here. We're going to double down. So thank you everyone for watching. Don't come to this channel for advice. Don't follow like what I'm doing or anything. This is fake money, obviously. So I'm not, I'm not a legit day trader. I'm just trying it out. Confident that I can try to make a profit here. Fill for me. Just put in an order for 50. All right, and now I got 1,000 shares. An even 1,000. And we're still selling off. So, and that's what's interesting, because the paper trading immediately takes out all those negative feelings that you get from trading with real money. Like if I were really down 150 bucks right now, I would, I would be like freaking out. I'd be like, what? Like, I'm down 150. I'd be freaking out. I'd be going crazy. It's a psychological effect, but I'm paper trading, so I'm not feeling that. I'm thinking logically. I'm trying to figure out what kind of strategy I'm going to be going with. So see how I made this thing and then it just totally didn't do what I thought it was going to do? Hey, that's why I don't really have faith in the whole technical analysis thing. But we're going to keep trying to chart on this channel and keep trying to figure out what's going on and everything like that. So we're just going to keep figuring it out. And we're really selling off. So giving my thoughts on what I think we should do going forward for strategy, because we're doing a lot of hoping right now. I'm doing a lot of hoping that this thing is going to recover. Maybe it doesn't. Right? Maybe it recovers a little bit, but 23.75. 23.75. I definitely don't want to lose it here. And I definitely don't want to backtrack. I mean, I'm down 1% on the day right now, basically. I want to be up 2%. That's my goal. Of course, we can't win them all. We are still going down. Now, here's the fear that I have. I don't want to sell because I'm down and then buy the other side. Because, right, it's one thing for this to keep going, but then what might end up happening is, say I sell here, I'm like, oh, it's just going to keep going down. I sell here, and then I buy the inverse, and then I get screwed, on both sides of that trade, right? Because there's a little bit of consolidation here on the 1 minute, we're super zoomed in right now. So a little bit of consolidation, and we're just going to go back up, right? So that's the fear that I have. I don't want to like sell at the absolute low point and then buy in the other side, and then that's the absolute high point for that side. I mean, that's how I lose twice. Now I want to get to the point where I'm able to, go long on the upside, sell at a point that I think is consolidated, and then buy the short side and then ride it down so that I'm profiting both ways. That's an ideal situation. So that's an ideal situation for me. Okay, everyone. So it looks like we're going back to these levels, right? We are going back. Exactly what I was just talking about. Because in my heart, I felt like, okay, this thing is selling off. I'm going to sell right now. That's what I thought. When we were right here, I thought I should just sell. It's going to keep going. And it did exactly the opposite of what I thought. So that's the tricky thing, right? Warren Buffett said, the what did he say? He said like about, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So longer than you can just like hold on to that bowl of the market, hold on. The market is going to remain irrational longer than you can hold on. So that's the temptation there. You want to just like, beat that psychology out of you and say, okay, I'm kind of giving myself to the market here. I'm going to get in, I'm going to get out really fast, and, just know that the market is irrational. Not try to chart the patterns. Not, we can chart the patterns to help us prepare, but not be like, it's got to move that way, because the market does what the market does, and that's just how it is. And that's what I've picked up on day trading so far. So, everyone, thank you so much for watching today. It's 8:37 right now. We're going to log off, and we're going to keep this position. I'll keep you updated on the YouTube channel, and we might do a daily recap later today. So, everyone, thank you for tuning in today for day 2.